Presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Libertarian Party leaders confirmed they are discussing the possibility of the former becoming the party's presidential nominee. The move would make some sense for both, though they are likely a long way from reaching an agreement. Mr. Kennedy is at odds with the Libertarian leadership on some major positions, such as climate change and gun control. On the positive side, being the Libertarian nominee would give Kennedy ballot access in all 50 states, something that is very difficult for any independent candidate to obtain. In fact, the Libertarian Party was the only non-Democratic or Republican entity to achieve universal ballot status in 2020. Additionally, the party featuring Mr. Kennedy as their candidate would very likely attract the Libertarians their highest number of votes in history. And such is important for the organization because many states base future party status upon performance in the national election. The first post-New Hampshire primary survey is out, and we see Donald Trump performing well in former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley's home state. The Tyson Group tested the Palmetto State Republican electorate immediately after the New Hampshire vote and found Mr. Trump holding a large 58 to 31% advantage over Ms. Haley. The poll sample, including independents who say they will vote in the Republican primary, hold both presidential candidates in high regard. Mr. Trump's approval index is 68 to 27% favorable to unfavorable, while Ms. Haley's is only slightly worse at 56 to 33. The South Carolina Republican primary is scheduled for February 24th, while the Democrats scheduled their vote on February 3rd. On the national polling scene, the Morning Consult organization, polling for Bloomberg News, released the results of their latest national survey. The study tested President Biden and former President Trump in 7 key swing states during the period ending January 22nd. Just under 4,600 people were sampled. The results found Mr. Trump leading the president in all 7 states, from 3 to 10 percentage points. Obviously, if these states break in November, as found in January, Mr. Trump would be returned to office. Together, the 7 entities, Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, gave Biden 67 electoral votes in 2020. To win, Mr. Trump needs to flip only 35 electoral votes. The California Secretary of State has attested that 9 candidates have qualified for the March 19th special election to replace resigned former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy. Controversy, however, still surrounds the favorite to win the electoral contest, Republican Assemblyman Vince Fong. Since Assemblyman Fong had already filed for re-election before Mr. McCarthy resigned from Congress, the Secretary of State ruled that he could not enter the congressional race because such action would violate a California election law that prohibits individuals from simultaneously running for multiple offices. Mr. Fong challenged that ruling and won in Superior Court. Therefore, he has been slated as a congressional candidate while not being removed from the state assembly ballot. The state is appealing the court ruling, so even if Mr. Fong wins the special election as expected, he could be hampered by a future court decision. The flaw in the California law is that there is not a mechanism to withdraw from the ballot once an individual's candidacy has been approved. For Church Militant and the Ellis Insight, I'm Jim Ellis.